So we are in Phnom Penh. I have exactly 14 minutes until I have to check out. I took my private room. I think I haven't been in private room for a long time, so I fully enjoyed it. I was also super tired of my volunteering from Cambodia for different reasons. Like, for example, it was really difficult to sleep there because it was 29 degrees at night and it was like feels like 35 at night, and we only had fan. We didn't have AC, so it was getting me in the end. I was tired. I was like just done with it really for the last days, and only because of the living conditions, because it was difficult to sleep. But now, after one day in my private room, I slept most of the time. I'm ready to move on. So what's the plan? Today I'm checking out at 12, and then I have like 5 hours left to explore Phnom Penh, which I actually haven't explored that much before, so I'm pretty excited. After that I take taxi and I go straight to the airport, and then because as I told you, they gave me 1 day too less of a visa because of the misinformation at the web page where you apply for visa. They say it's for 30 days, but no, it's for 1 month, and if 1 month happens to be in February, then you get your visa for 28 or 29 days. I got it for 29 days, but as my flight is like $130-$140, it's cheaper to pay this fee, which is like $10 per day, and this is what was recommended to me by the border official supervisor at the entry point, because I straight went there. I was like, I had questions, and he told me just pay $10 when you're leaving. But you never know with the borders here. So I'm a little worried about it, but I hope it will be fine. And then I will get to Kuala Lumpur airport for a night. You will get definitely content from the airport stay for the night. I have done it several times before in my life, and I know how painful it is, so you can join in to my pain. And then I get to Bali, and definitely I will share with you the Bali experience. But now, only 10 minutes until I need to check out. Let me back and see you very soon. I had a pretty nice view from my room, or from outside of my room. So now it's 11:59 and we are heading to the checkout. I'm quite punctual with the checkout as usually. Never waste a minute in private room. So we are at the Royal Palace now, which is one of the attractions, of course. Looks beautiful, but in the fashion of Cambodia, the entry tickets are quite expensive, and I have already paid a few of them, and I'm really not, so interested in this palace. Yeah, like the entry ticket is $10, and this is the case with most of the attractions in Cambodia, basically. I think it's the highest entry ticket style that I have seen in any country. So I just will walk around here and check it out, but most probably not going in, because also people said it's like not worth what you pay for. But the surrounding area is pretty beautiful, pretty grand. Phnom Penh definitely has interesting vibe to it. Like, first, you could see a lot more poverty around you on the streets and everywhere. It's like, I would say, more raw compared to some other towns where I have been. It's more out there. And yesterday when I was walking at the riverside, I think it was the first time in my 5 month trip where I felt like slightly, I don't know, worried maybe. It was not too bad, but like a lot of people were just laying there, sleeping there, homeless people, like there were no lights. Riverside is a beautiful place, but I think during the day, so now we are going to visit it during the day. Yeah, but otherwise it's just a huge town, but it has its cool own vibe, and actually kind of love it. The riverside walk in Phnom Penh was one of the first times in Southeast Asia when I did not feel comfortable. It also did not help that so many locals had been warning us about this area where bag and phone snatching is pretty common. I also did not see many other tourists walking there, and honestly, after a short walk, I just left the riverside and felt much more comfortable in other areas. There are so many nice areas in Phnom Penh, and riverside, it was not just one of them for me. Okay, honestly, this riverside area here, which I assumed would be pretty nice during the day, it's not nice. It's pretty rough. Like, people are begging, there are homeless people, it smells like urine, and yeah, I just need to check my surroundings, kind of, that nobody would steal my camera. So yeah, it is different than other countries in Southeast Asia in this way. Yep, but that's how it is, and for sure there are more beautiful areas. And in the middle of all of this, there is this beautiful outdoor gym where some people are also training. I don't know, this riverside walk has so much potential, but it doesn't even feel safe during the day, unfortunately. Honestly, 35 degrees walking with my backpack. It's not big backpack, it's 22 liters, which has all my stuff, but it is still a backpack. It was not that easy. You just feel the heat, literally. So I came to my old friend 7-Eleven for a cold drink, and then we proceed. So it's time for my last attraction today before I head to the airport. It will be the Central Market, which is right in front of me, just waiting to get in. People say it's really beautiful architecture inside, it's really interesting. So I just get in and check it out. The Central Market was built in the 1930s during the French colonial period. Thanks to the central location and its iconic architecture, it has become a popular destination for locals and also visitors. You can buy about everything at the market, and a lot of tourists are interested in the watches, and the selection of these was huge. In Phnom Penh, I met a lot of sincere, friendly and helpful people who went out of their way to assist me with anything. My experience in Cambodia was that the moment you step away from the main tourist attractions, people are amazing. We lived about 5 kilometers from the town center, but still in Phnom Penh, and everybody around this area made me feel like at home. But my time in Cambodia was over, and it was time to get my tuk-tuk to the airport. There was only one thing left to do before leaving the country: clearing my overstay at the border. I was worried. Yeah, a little bit worried. Guys, I remember I told you that I overstayed by 1 day just because they had this different information at their webpage and they required, onward ticket from the country where I'm going to, and so I had already bought it for the wrong date. So, what happened? So, I went to the border control person and she was super polite. She told me that, okay, you overstayed by 1 day. I said, yes, I did. And she directed me to other officer, and I went there and he said, he looked again at my passport very politely, said again that, okay, you overstayed by 1 day, $10. And I handed him this $10 and he went somewhere with my passport, came back, and there was stamp, and he was like super friendly and super polite and super helpful. Like there was like no bad feelings, or I don't know, no anger or no power game, or it was very professional. So it was a good experience, but I would really not like to overstay ever again in my life. I don't like it, but this time just paying for another flight for this $150 for another flight, it seemed a little bit steep. So I hope that it will work out, and it worked out. It was time for me to say goodbye to Cambodia and take my evening flight to Kuala Lumpur, where I spent night at the airport and then proceeded to Bali. See you there.